what would you do if you were trapped inside a house with no food and no water and nothing to survive?
We've watched an interesting film.
Yep. It's a
couple of
film
days ago.
called Trapped.
Trapped. As he said, the plot is pretty simple.
Yep.
This guy is trying to marry a girl he likes, and he's
trying to buy a house.
He's trying to buy a house, to see a
Yep.
house he can rent, and actually finds a house after searching. Someone
Yep.
calls him up, and
goes
don't you
to
think
that-
it's shady that he came up to him?
That's true. And the location is shady.
The location
And-
is shady,
yeah.
and the watchman is
Yep,
shady.
exactly. So it's a very tall building. So he goes up. It's in the
And it's
apartment floor.
deserted.
Yeah.
Nobody's living in the building. It
Yep.
has problems with its contract
Yep.
leases.
So he goes to that house and he gets stuck there.
Yeah.
And the story unfolds. So we're gonna start by rating this film.
Perfect.
3, 2, 1. It's an 8.5.
Wow, 8.5.
I really
You
enjoyed
really
this
liked
film.
it. Okay, it's an 8.
Yeah. We were watching it together and you saw my reactions. I
Yeah,
was like,
you're
I was really reacting.
You had
like-
goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the film. I didn't expect to like it that
Yep.
much.
I
Because
mean,
most-
we've seen that story multiple times.
Exactly.
We saw it in Locked like last year.
exactly
And
what I
we
was
saw
about
it. Yeah,
to
we
say.
saw it in the phone booth. We saw it in multiple
Yeah.
films, but for some reason, it's really good.
Yeah,
Like it
it's-
didn't feel repetitive.
It didn't feel
Yeah.
repetitive, and as at a point in the film, I started getting crazy like the man.
Yep. Yeah.
He starts unfolding,
Yep.
and you're like, what is this guy doing?
Yep. Exactly. And this is actually one of my positives in this film is
Yeah.
that the main actor, he makes you believe that you believe that
He's
he's actually going crazy, like without overreacting.
Because
Yeah.
his decisions aren't
Exactly.
studied.
You feel the desperation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just trying to, he doesn't even think about keeping some water with
Yep.
him,
Yeah.
He's just using the water to wash his hands and anything,
Exactly.
But that's the thing about it. If you were trapped, you wouldn't think about these stuff at a point. Let's say.
Exactly.
Most people wouldn't.
Exactly. Like as I was watching, I was okay. What's he gonna do? And then like you saw the rat. I thought he was gonna eat the rat, and I was like, please don't.
Then
do
he
that,
befriended
please."
the rat.
Yeah, exactly. And then like every time he wakes up on the floor, you see the cockroach, and you think that he's gonna
Eat the cockroach,
So
and he starts hallucinating
yeah,
about
he starts
eating.
hallucinating. It's very disgusting. It's things that you
It's
don't
very-
think.
it's
Like if I was trapped in that case, I wouldn't eat a cockroach. I don't care if
I would. Dude, you've been trapped in a penthouse for 5 days and you haven't had anything to eat but crackers for the first couple of days. Wouldn't you eat a cockroach?
I don't think
You'd
so.
kill a pigeon and you'd roast it. That's what he did.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yep.
Especially that he's vegan.
Yeah.
He's actually vegan.
Yeah.
And
But like it's survival. So what can he do? He has to eat or he dies.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like he was living in a jungle, but in
In
like
an
between
apartment.
in an apartment. What the hell was a pigeon doing in the house?
No, it's on the balcony.
Yeah, it flew on the door of the balcony. The
Don't you
balcony.
have pigeons on your balcony?
I
You
do
don't
have pigeons on my balcony because I have a huge terrace. Do you have
I mean,
pigeons on your balcony?
He has a terrace.
Do
Yeah,
you-
I do. I actually do.
Where are they? I can't. All you have is your parrot. Okay.
So yeah, they give you this claustrophobic feel.
Yeah.
And they make you feel uncomfortable, and they turned that. It's just an apartment. It's just 4 walls, and they turned it into that psychological horror type thing,
Which has very minimal dialogue, by the
Exactly.
way. He doesn't even speak
yeah.
throughout the film.
Do you know how hard the art direction of that? Okay, it's so simple, yet it's so hard, because you have to show that environment in an apartment. You have to show the survival. It's very hard to be. You have to be picky in what you have to choose to. You have to show
Yeah.
in the frame. Which is
Throughout the
very
movie,
hard.
you think you're trapped with him. That's
Exactly.
what I liked about the movie.
Yeah.
When we were watching Locked, I didn't feel so, I don't feel so trapped. He was in the car,
Yeah,
which is
true.
way smaller in terms of space,
But
know?
in that film, it makes you feel actually trapped.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you want to get out of that house, man. You don't want to see
I
this
actually, I okay. So one thing that I focused on was the art direction, because I already like work in that field, and
stuff. Okay.
and the art direction in that film made me like I was invested. I was so invested in it. Okay, so I was thinking of how hard the continuity would be, because you have welcome on the wall.
Yeah.
isn't always the same. It's flapping because of the wind.
Yeah.
So you have that element.
Yep.
There you have the bed at the late. He burned his clothes. He's trying to write
Yeah,
help,
help.
in the clothes.
Yep.
He burned them. You also have to be the story has to be continuous from that frame. You also have the bed which is burnt on the ground. You also have the water thingy.
Yeah.
You have the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like you have to. Okay, it's easier because it's just one room, but at the same time it's very detailed. So one little mess up,
Because
it can ruin
he
ruin
does
the
several
continuity.
stuff throughout the movie in
Yeah.
this small room, so it's easier to mess up, as you said.
Yeah.
But like the thing I liked about it is that it's minimalistic, and throughout the whole film, you start to get crazy with this man.
Yep.
He befriends the rat. The rat is actually cute, but
Yeah.
at some point you're looking at the rat and like, what is going on? At one point, he catches the rat, he captures the rat, and he starts talking to the rat on the balcony.
He starts telling him what he's gonna do.
Okay, but like I have a question. He tells the rat a joke.
Yeah, I don't understand the joke.
Look, I kind of got it.
Okay.
The thing is, he got so absurd that he said a joke that makes no sense. That makes no sense. What does 26,000, 34,000, 26,000 mean? Why would three rats say that to an elephant?
It's actually so funny. If you
It
think
made
about
me
it.
laugh.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's why it's absurd.
Exactly, but because he's going crazy, so that's what makes it funny.
That's
It's
what
just-
makes it funny, and that's what makes most sense.
Exactly, it's just saying random words.
It
Yeah.
made me laugh for a minute
Yeah.
straight. Like, what is this guy
Yup.
saying?
And actually, one of the best things about it is the survival tactics he used
Yeah.
in the film, and that's actually one of the survival tactics. He has to like talk to
He
someone.
made
'cause-
like a slingshot to actually catch pigeons.
exactly.
And to stay alive.
Yeah.
He starts slingshots. He starts slingshotting little rocks
Yep.
onto another balcony.
the thing he built to put rain.
Yeah, dude.
What was that?
You couldn't think that you need to leave some water for
Yeah.
you to actually drink, but you could build this.
Literally. So
Yeah,
it's,
that
it's
was a lot.
very creative in that side, in that direction. It's really creative.
It is creative, but like I'm actually my favorite scene is still going to be the rat joke.
Yeah, it's actually great.
Yeah. I
Um,
love it.
And I think that the pacing of this film is perfect.
Not too
it's-
fast, not too
exactly.
slow. It's in between.
Yeah,
which is good.
exactly. It's like an hour and a half, and in that hour and a half, we got almost everything that we needed. I have some problem in the end. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
And I think that some people might say that it's repetitive, but I don't feel that
It's
way.
not.
It's actually
It is
not
not.
repetitive. The things that we were saying, what's happening with him, it didn't repeat itself. He was like, it was being creative. Like he did that, he did that, he did that.
Why I
It
actually didn't give it a higher scoring was because of the ending, as you said.
Yeah. Same.
But before we get into the ending, I want to ask a question. Don't you think it's scary that if you were living in such a penthouse, a really high penthouse in a city, nobody would actually even hear you if you got trapped?
That's crazy. I actually have also one question. Why does the door doesn't have a
What doesn't have a handle, bro?
handle from the inside?
What is that?
That doesn't make any sense.
That's a
actually.
high-rise building. This, not even a high-rise building. Any house should have a handle.
When he climbed down and he went to the other apartment, he actually opened from inside. There was a handle.
No, the door was actually without a handle.
How did he open it?
It was
No,
unlocked.
I saw him do that.
No.
Okay, whatever you say.
Whatever makes you sleep at night. I don't think it had a handle.
Okay.
That would actually be stupid. And if that actually happened and it had a handle, I would put the rating down to 6.
Yeah.
It would make sense. But like, dude, my guy actually rappelled down the building.
Yeah. And it's not realistic. It's actually realistic.
I've actually done such a thing.
Me too.
I've done such a
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, it's possible.
I got locked out of my house one time, and I was living at the 11th floor at that time. I knocked on my neighbor, my dad was out of the house. If I told him I forgot the keys inside in the door, he would have killed
You're
me.
cooked.
I was cooked. So I ring on my neighbor. He's the apartment, in front of us, and I tell him what happened. He was actually an Egyptian man, and he actually decides that he wants me to walk on the ledge 11 stories above to actually access the other balcony.
Yeah, he wants to kill you.
That was the most insane thing I've done in my life, and I would never do it again. But the adrenaline kicked in, so I don't, get beat as a kid.
I'd rather fall off the 11th
I was
floor.
13 at that time.
Yeah.
Would you look? A real question right here. If your neighbor, your kid's neighbor, knocked on the door. He's 13 years old. You're 30 years old. He tells you you're locked. Would you put him out on a ledge?
Of course not.
Why would he do that to me?
That was very irresponsible of him.
Why would he do
Stupid.
that to me? What if I had fallen down?
Are you just trauma dumping right now?
That's crazy, man. Okay, so the ending. The ending of the movie.
this is my negative. I think that, okay, so I have two negatives only. The first one is going to be that the story focuses way too much on the survival thing than that you kind of detach from the. It doesn't have any.
The main
emotional
story
depth.
that you actually see at the first.
Yeah, it doesn't have any emotional depth to it.
Yeah.
Like, you're just watching a person trapped inside,
And
but
he's
there's-
making you laugh
Yeah.
on how absurd
exactly.
he's
But
is
there
getting,
is nothing else in the film. That's just it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
I get that.
Yeah.
But that works with the film.
Yeah. No, actually, it kind of does. I don't know, but like in Locked, we saw that he was trying to steal the.
For his kid and
He had this kid and he had that, and then at the end they show you that like there's something else going on other than that he's trapped.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But that didn't bother me. What bothered me is the scene of the girl he loved.
I don't understand what happened
Coming in and she got married.
in 3 days, 4 or 5 days.
No, that wasn't 4 or 5 days. Yeah, in a week. She told him, "I'm getting married in a couple of days." He was trying to make her stay and marry him, as we saw in the first events of the film. She told him, she was giving him a call before he went out of the apartment, by the way, to tell him that they have to hurry. I don't know, hurry about what. He had to see her. And he just, he loses his phone, he breaks his phone.
Yeah, for some reason.
For some reason, he threw the phone. I get that. He lashed out. But he goes AWOL.
Yeah.
So I get why she would have, went for that arranged
Yeah,
marriage.
but that was way too fast. The story ended too fast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was about to say something, but I can't say that on camera. Okay, so that was it for
Yeah.
from my end.
That
for
was
the
it from
movie.
my side. And